viewers, hello and welcome back to Black Balance Fitness TV presents the Financial Fitness Forum's interview with the boss. Allow me to introduce our special guest for tonight, an ambitious entrepreneur from Team Rise in the Unity hierarchy, an up-and-coming junior broker in the agency, and multi-talented actress, poet, and philanthropist who works hard to achieve her dreams and goals. Miss Patience Davis. Welcome to the show, Patience, and thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you for having me, Lemetria. This is awesome. You're the real boss here with the LLC and the show and everything. I'm honored. This is, you're the best.
Oh, thank you so much. I am so honored that you could be here on the show. It's something that is so important to me, especially in this business, to show Black female entrepreneurs who are really out there winning and striving to make a better future for all of us and our families. And I admire the work that we do. And so let's go ahead and get into the questions, because I'm sure that's going to explain to everyone, the importance of what we do and why we do it, and what we're out here to see. So, first question, what is your key driving force in working towards your goals and dreams?
I want to not only achieve my dreams, but show others how to do it. I started out, we grew up with income and everything and didn't know anything about financial literacy, education, anything like that. So I definitely want to end stronger than what I started and show others how to do the same.
Absolutely agree with you. Oftentimes people are looking for a way out and there's no one to show them the way. So that's important. And I think that leads nicely into our second question. How has becoming an entrepreneur affected your social life as far as connecting with people?
It's kind of funny because it's caused me to be more social in a different way. I was mostly on Facebook and I've had to stretch myself and reach out to more people, become more open, which I don't think is a bad thing, especially as an actor. I'm used to certain audiences and certain interactions, and so this is stretching me outside of my bubble. I'm kind of down the middle as an introvert, so this is making me lean more on my extrovert side, and I need that development, so it's a good thing.
Right, absolutely. Breaking out of that shell. I understand it can always be a little tough, introducing yourself to a new crowd, dealing with a different type of people, a different market. So that absolutely makes sense. So I want to ask, what has been your greatest fear and how do you manage to conquer it?
So I've never really thought about having a greatest fear. If anything, I've just more so thought about what I want. And it's still kind of back to my driving force. I don't want to live my life without having lived to my true full capacity. People have invested in me, and I love helping people. So I don't want to get to the end of my life, be ineffective, be wasted other people's efforts. I want to make my family proud, but I also want to help other people. I want to make a difference. That's probably the biggest detriment.
I understand that, you value people and you understand the importance of time, and that's an important thing, because then people can understand the value of your time, you know. So no, I can absolutely understand and relate. Um, so tell me, do you believe that there's a special formula to becoming a successful entrepreneur?
I wouldn't call it a formula, but there's definitely some necessary qualities and some necessary choices that people have to make. It is not for the weak, and it's not anything to take lightly or play around with. You really have to be dedicated, committed, really want to be a leader because that's what it's going to take. Um, Being an entrepreneur is huge, especially in today's society. It's easy to, be an employee, to step up and take charge of not only yourself but your family, your life, your finances, everything. Leaning forward, yeah, those are things that you definitely, even if you don't naturally have them, they're necessary to develop if you're going to maintain being an entrepreneur and being a successful entrepreneur. Um, I've heard that success is making more right decisions than wrong decisions. So, uh, moving that towards entrepreneurship, I think it's the same or a similar concept.
I see. I think that leadership and a strong mindset definitely are definitely key important factors. There's a certain skill set that you do have to have or work up to if you don't have it. So, um, absolutely, I agree. So,
Yes.
how do you stay focused and productive during a busy day-to-day schedule?
That is a work in progress. I would say that is one day at a time. Um, there's times I definitely miss it. So, get back on the do it again. Um, it's keeping in mind what's most important. And the other part too is blocking out time for what matters to you so that nothing else takes that time away because what you don't manage will manage what you don't, conquer will conquer you. Um, and how bad do you want it? Even when it's hard and when no one's looking. Um, those are some of the things where, if I'm really hurting, it may be where I go, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a power nap, keep up, and get back at it. So doing what you gotta do, realizing your limitations, realizing what's necessary. I
Absolutely, absolutely. No, I think that's great advice for us all. Um, it can be tough juggling everything and staying focused, especially when, like you're very multi-talented, and so of course you multitask. You have a lot on your schedule. You have big dreams and goals and things that you want to do, but you can't do them all at once, right? You got to prioritize. So absolutely, I understand and agree with that for sure. Um, what would you name as your greatest accomplishment so far?
think that would be twofold. If we were saying outreach agency, I would say um, getting my acting degree, just because I had to do that with full-time job and full-time school on campus, online, and doing community shows and shows at school um, for 6 years. So that was crazy, um, but we got her done. I have an expensive piece of paper that says I am official, so I count that. And for PHP, I having my mom on my team. I don't know how many parents would actually want their daughters necessarily kind of as their friends, but my mom uh, trusts me, and I think that's huge. And I don't take it leave. I, I think that's humbling, and being able to coach her and walk her through some things and we go through it together, kind of as a family, is huge. You can't. Every family can't do that. So no, it's definitely a gift.
Right. Absolutely. That is certainly a blessing. to have someone, especially a mother that close that you can really bounce ideas off of us and strategize. And that's actually what I was going to ask you about next. To tell us your strategy for effective communication in business.
So I'm not sure I would call it a strategy, but at the same time, just because I'm not the most nice person, that's also part of my professional development I'm working on. Uh, but you have to be, you have to effectively listen, like literally listen to your uplines, listen to your clients, um, listen to people even just talking to you, not just lightly hearing what they're saying, but processing what they're saying, being able to respond effectively. And then also, when you're speaking, understanding how to be clear in your communication. Um, there's times I'm clear, and there's times where my actor side starts coming out, and I'm talking all over the place, and metaphors and everything, and it's not effective in a business arena because you have to be deliberate, you have to be intentional. And so I think those are requirements for effective communication. And then when there are problems that, uh, one, you acknowledge, validate, and then, course correct if there are mistakes making, and if there's mistakes made, let me use proper grammar here, and then do everything that you can to make it right to the people. Um, I think that's very important.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, I totally agree, and I actually, um, that's a better way of thinking of it. I think that people get bogged down and they don't really know, to, really try to analyze it rather than to criticize. And so that's something that I've been learning and developing as well. So I understand what you mean. So I want to ask, how have your expectations of yourself changed over your time in the agency?
I would say my expectations of myself, they've become more refined, more deliberate. I've had to expand my thinking and realize, be more self-aware, and then start stretching my thinking, stretching my vision, stretching how I see things, stretching how I think about things. Because if my thinking is small, I'm not going to go far. If my world is small, I'm not going to go far. Definitely not the world of an entrepreneur. So getting around um, other like-minded people, or people who think bigger than me, um, and how they challenge us to also step up and become better individually. Or as individuals, I have been focusing on that a lot, or especially being a very intentional leader. Work in progress, still developing, but definitely just from being with the PHP agency.
I think that's wonderful. I think that's absolutely wonderful. I can definitely say that it's definitely boosted my confidence in myself as well, where I feel like I can do something more than what I was doing before. It's something that kind of gives you hope for what you can really do and beyond what you believe was possible. And so, no, I can totally understand that. It definitely
Exactly.
does bring your expectations up to the forefront. So, I would like to know, what are the top 3 skills that you look for in a business partnership?
So that one was hard because I came up with like five, and it was kind of hard to pick three because I don't know, I'm greedy. But the came to mind was like commitment and loyalty, equity, honesty, because this is an ethical business. Folks who aren't ethical do not apply, kindly said. Um, And then passion. There's a difference between people who are passionate about what they're doing and who are doing it to check a box or just to get a check. Um, I'm looking for passionate people because they have a drive that you can't buy. They have a drive that you can't inspire them if they just come with that. And there's tons of people out there that have passion about certain things. If they have passion about helping people and passion about making a difference, about changing their legacy, about the things that PHP offers, I totally welcome it because that's what we're about. I still kept it to 3.
Awesome. Absolutely. And I think that that's true, not just in business partnerships, but all different types of partnerships and relationships. Yeah. Honesty, integrity, passion, like you said, having ethical morals and standards mindset, that is not just important, it's necessary, for successful partnership. So tell the people, say someone watches this live in this video and they say, you know what, I like that woman, she has a nice sense of humor, I would really like to join her team. What advice or expectations would you give to a viewer who says, I want to work with you, Patience? What does it take?
So I would say, number one, I would definitely like to meet you. If you're looking for opportunities to become an entrepreneur, to step it up and find out just what all you're capable of doing to get paid to work, it is going to take work. When it's easy, when it's convenient, when it's not. I would say also, bring your enthusiasm, bring your competitive spirit, competitive but not ruthlessly competitive, preferred, because we're all about supporting teams and supporting each other and creating a family environment. This is one of the first businesses that I've come across, which actually I haven't heard it in any other business yet, where they're saying we're looking for leaders. So especially people who know that they're leaders inside and maybe just haven't been given the right opportunity, and just kind of, especially with the employee system, you want to explore just how big and bold and strong of a leader you can be. Come on over. We'll talk. We'll see what we can do, especially together, make this happen. Because I mean, look at Demetria's team, better together, right? So I'm all about that. I'm all about lifting each other up. I'm all about inspiring each other, cheering each other on, and each other up when we go down. Because you know what? Life happens, right? And we do this when it's hard. We do it when it's easy. We play hurt, but we play hard, and we play hard too. So, definitely reach out. There's room for you.
Wonderful. Absolutely inspiring. Shoot, I want to come join your team. Right? I think,
come on.
Absolutely, I love that. Leaders building leaders. I mean, right? That's so. Tell the viewers how can they get in contact.
Tried to make a few posts in here, and my phone's acting up a little bit, so I apologize for that. But I am on LinkedIn as Patience Davis. I'm also on Instagram as PMH, as in Papa Mike Kilo 921, and then I'm also on Facebook as Patience.Dave921. Pretty easy to find, and if you do want to use email, then my email is davispatience17@gmail.com. And yes, my name is Patience, like in the dictionary, the virtue, not the hospital patients like people try to do. You won't find me that way. I'm just telling you this right now. But yeah, definitely reach out. I'm looking.
So Patient's information will be pinned in the comments as well as in the description of the video once it is uploaded to YouTube. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I truly enjoyed this interview and I look forward to working with you in the future. I know that from the farm, we'll do an update video for the people, showing where we're at as a team, and, how much we built, and let people see, what building a legacy really looks like, from the inside out. Any closing statements before we shut it down?
The closing statements would be thank you again, Demetria, for this review. Totally selfless individual, everyone, just so that you know. And I am honored and grateful just to have this time to, speak with her and find out a little more about her. I would say this. If you're still, kind of wondering, like, what is this PHP agency? What is this about? Follow your dreams. What are we talking about? I would say this: if there's things that you've given up in your life that you've always wanted to do, right? Because as an adult, they don't really encourage you to follow your dreams anymore. But as a kid, you can do anything. Look at entrepreneurship as an opportunity to challenge yourself to go after your dreams in a more extreme way and a more obtainable way around a whole lot of like-minded individuals who will help you get there. Just look into it. Just take a risk, find out more about it, and then ask yourself, is it something that you really want to do? Do you really want to pass up your dreams, or do you want to just take one more try, see what happens? I challenge you. Check it out. Thank you, Demetria.
Thank you so much. I'm truly honored and grateful to have you here tonight. It was a wonderful interview. I'm probably going to watch it over and over again. I'm glad that I got to learn so much about you and really work with you. Really stood out to me from the moment that I started in I know that you are going to be quite a star. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Replay of this interview is posted on YouTube at Black Balance Fitness TV. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, stay physically, mentally, and spiritually fit. Have a good night.